In honor of San Diego Comic-Con 2023 officially happening this week, I thought it was a perfect time to take a look at our top 10 most expensive San Diego Comic-Con exclusives currently in our collection. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we have been collecting for almost 10 years and we have amassed quite a few pops in our ever-growing Funko collection. And today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 most expensive San Diego Comic-Con exclusives currently in our collection. And we're going to kick it off here with a character that a lot of people have been talking about recently because it just got the 5th and final installment in the epic movie series. And that, of course, is Indiana Jones. And coming in at number 10 is the 2016 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Indiana Jones, where he's actually holding the golden idol. This is currently valued at $420. We have not seen the new movie yet, although I've heard mixed reviews. I do want to see it at some point, of course, because I love Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones. You got to be careful with this pop specifically if you're trying to go after it, because there are quite a few fakes on the market, which is definitely a bummer. If there weren't as many fakes, I think this one would actually be worth a lot more, but coming in at number 10 is Indiana Jones. So coming in at number 9 is a character of a pop from another very famous movie franchise, and that, of course, is Pirates of the Caribbean. This one is one that you might not see too often, and some of you guys might have never seen this pop ever before in your life. This is the 1,000 piece glow-in-the-dark Jolly Roger from San Diego Comic-Con 2017, and I'll throw a picture up of the glow so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. I'm a diehard Pirates of the Caribbean fan, so when this one came out, I had to find a way to get it in my collection. I don't think I was able to pick it up until a few years after the con, and this one is currently trending for $450, so it's definitely one that is probably going to keep going up just because of how limited it is. So now jumping into a different IP, we're going to be talking about DC with this next one, and we actually have our only multi-pack in the top 10 for our San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. This one, of course, being the Batman vs. Superman 2-pack. But this one is a little bit different from the standard regular exclusive. This one might be another one that you guys might have never seen before, as this is the first to market Batman vs. Superman 2-pack, and it actually was a San Diego Comic-Con 2015 exclusive, and there was only 500 pieces of this specific pop that were exclusive and released at the con. Now, the difference between this pop and the regular release is that these are actually not metallic. The regular release of the regular exclusive for the Batman and Superman, those are metallic, but this 500 piece non-metallic 2-pack is going to run you quite a bit if you're trying to track this one down, as it's currently valued at $600. I was super hyped for the Batman vs. Superman movie when it was about to release in 2016, so of course I had to go out and grab this one for my DC collection. Alright, so we're going to be switching genres yet again. We're bouncing around here in the bottom of the top 10, and I absolutely love it. The next character that we're going to be talking about is actually one of the 4 main Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This one, of course, being Michelangelo, and this one is a very hard to find one because it was released for San Diego Comic-Con 2013. There's only 1,008 versions of the metallic Michelangelo, and as a result, he has climbed quite a bit in price with the popularity of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, in addition to this being so limited, as he currently goes for $640. We love the Turtles. We actually need one more from this set that we're hoping to track down at some point, but nonetheless, we have Michelangelo coming in at number 7. So we're going to be switching universes yet again, although this next one coming in at number 6 is another 2013 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive in the form of the Unmasked Tony Stark. This is one of my favorite Marvel pops, and it's hands down my favorite Iron Man pop, and I found out this one existed a few years after I started collecting, and I had to go back and grab this one, especially because its counterpart is also the Iron Patriot Unmasked James Rhodes, which I also have in my collection. Now, this one is currently valued at $690, but I actually think that this is undervalued at $690. I think this should be worth a lot more considering it's 10 years old, and on top of the massive impact that Robert Downey Jr. left on the MCU, it's one that I'm definitely never going to get rid of. of, and I don't think they'll make another Iron Man pop as iconic and as beautiful as this one. So now we're moving into my top 5 most expensive San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pops in our collection, and believe it or not, 4 out of the next 5 are actually Star Wars ones. Well, maybe if you know me at all, or if you've been following the channel for any length of time, maybe that doesn't come to as much of a surprise. But coming in at number 5, we have the Unmasked Boosh Princess Leia from San Diego Comic-Con 2015, and this one was limited to 1,008 pieces. There's also a shared sticker version of this one, so to my knowledge, they basically just split that 1,008 pieces into 2. So there is 504 versions of this one with the con sticker, and then 504 pieces of the version with the shared sticker, although the shared sticker actually doesn't have the piece count on the pop. Princess Leia here is coming in at $740. I actually picked her up for 50 bucks back in the day, and I think it was just because there wasn't a lot of hype for this pop when it first initially dropped for the con. So now moving into spot number 4, we're actually taking quite a large price jump from 5 to 4. And with this exclusive, we've actually surpassed that $1,000 PPG mark with the first to market Sith Trooper. Now, the Sith Troopers were only in episode 9 for a very brief time, for all you Star Wars fans that may recall, and they did actually make another Sith Trooper in the form of the Sith Jet Trooper, but they never released another version of the Sith Trooper for what was rumored to be for a while. So a lot of people went out and got this one, and then they were afraid that the value for this one was going to come crashing down when that common or low-end exclusive was eventually going to be released. However, that wasn't the case, as if you want to pick up one of these very limited first-to-market Sith Troopers from San Diego Comic-Con 2019, you're going to have to shell out roughly in the neighborhood $1,270, which is absolutely insane for this one. I just think it's really cool. I love the Troopers, so it was a must-have for my collection. And as we're going through our list, guys, let me know down in the comments section below which exclusives you're most excited for this week for San Diego Comic-Con 2023, and let me know if you think of any of the exclusives that are dropping this week, if they're going to reach any sort of grail status in the years to come. I know it'll be very interesting to see which pops go up in price and which pops kind of stay around retail. Next up, now we are moving into our top 3, and coming in at the number 3 spot is another limited piece from San Diego Comic-Con 2013 with the Droids Boba Fett. This one was actually limited to 480 pieces, and there was also another version of this pop that was exclusive to Star Wars Celebration Europe for that same year. If you happen to have that version of the pop, same pop, just a different sticker, that one actually goes for a little bit more. But this one, if you're trying to go after the San Diego Comic-Con one, will run you about $1,670. So definitely not a cheap pop by any means. I was lucky enough to pick this one up for $400 a few years back, which I thought was quite a bit at the time. So pretty mind-blowing that in only 4 or 5 years or so that it's quadrupled in price. So for our top 2 most expensive San Diego Comic-Con exclusives currently in our collection, they both happen to be from San Diego Comic-Con 2012, which took place 11 years ago. So these are both 2 exclusives that you're definitely not going to see floating around the marketplace too much. And I'm very grateful and very lucky to have them in my collection. Coming in at the number 2 spot is arguably one of my favorite pops of all time. It might just be my favorite Star Wars pop, and this one is the 501st Clone Trooper, limited to 480 pieces. This is one that I actually saved up several months worth of extra side job money for, and this was my birthday present to myself way back in 2018. This one currently trending at $2,010, and it's just one of those that is pretty special and iconic to the Star Wars franchise, especially if you love the prequels, the Clone Wars, and of course everything that happened with Order 66. It's definitely another one that's never going to be leaving my collection, and I'm so lucky to have one in such good condition. And coming in at number 1, just like I said, this is another 2012 limited San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and this one has a lot of sentimental meaning for me because it actually comes from my favorite Marvel movie of all time, and it was actually the only Marvel movie that I begged my parents and saw the midnight premiere for, and this is of course the Gold Loki from the first Avengers movie, limited to only 480 pieces. This pop was a huge deal for me because, like I said, I saw Avengers, the first Avengers, at the midnight premiere, and that just blew my socks off. I remember giving the movie a standing ovation along with all of the other people in the theater that night. I'll truly never forget that movie-going experience. And also, this was a big pop for me because it signified the first time that I had ever completed a Funko Pop line with pops that were all generally pretty tough to get. This original Avengers wave is really beautiful, and I tracked down this Loki. It took me about a year and a half to find one for a reasonable price. If you want to get one today, I would definitely clarify this price as no longer reasonable for most collectors, as it's trending at $2,740 according to Pop Price Guide. But guys, let me know if you have any of these exclusives in your collection, or if you happen to be hunting any of them for your future collection. I would definitely like to hear everyone's thoughts in the comments section below. These are pops that I'm always extremely nervous in handling because they do have quite a bit of value, and since we've been collecting for a long time, I definitely still appreciate how awesome they are, even several years after they released at their respective San Diego Comic-Con. So we are very excited for picking up some more exclusives this week from San Diego Comic-Con 2023. But guys, have fun hunting any San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pop or soda, because this time of the year is always a lot of fun. So with that being said, make sure to smash the like button, and as always, don't stop shooting until you score.